Imaging finding a rare coin so rare it could pay off your house today. We're diving into 10 of the most valuable US coins ever found. Real coins worth hundreds and even millions of dollars or more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next rare find. Let's start this. What if I told you that one ordinary-looking penny could be worth more than $874,000? Yes, you heard that right. Almost $900,000 for a single coin most people would overlook without a second thought. In today's video, we're diving deep into the story of the astonishing 1969 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark, an unassuming coin that has turned everyday people into overnight millionaires. Now, you might be thinking, how can a regular penny be worth so much? The answer lies in one incredible minting error that transformed an ordinary coin into one of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatics. During a routine minting year, something unexpected happened at the Denver Mint. A subtle but powerful mistake was made, a doubling on the coin's design that created what experts call a double die. While millions of these pennies rolled off the presses, only a handful carried this rare and valuable error. Most people spent them without ever realizing the fortune they had between their fingers. Imagine this. Thousands of Americans have held this penny without knowing its true worth. Some used it to buy gum, pay for gas, or toss into a tip jar. Yet a few sharp-eyed collectors who knew what to look for saw the signs, recognized the rare doubling on Liberty and the date 1969, and walked away with a life-changing discovery. Those lucky enough to spot this tiny difference turned a 1-cent coin into hundreds of thousands of dollars. The most fascinating part of this story? These pennies don't sparkle like gold, they don't look special, and they don't scream wealth. They hide in plain sight. Right now, one could be sitting in your kitchen drawer, your piggy bank, or that old jar of coins you've been meaning to cash in. Somewhere in your home might be the very coin that collectors are racing to find. Before you brush this off as just another too good to be true story, think about it. Every great discovery starts with awareness. What separates the rich from the rest isn't always luck. Sometimes, it's simply paying attention to what others overlook. And that's exactly what this video is about, helping you see what others can't. So how can you tell if your penny is worth a fortune? Here's what makes this coin so special. The 1969 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark should have clear, sharp lettering. But in the rare error version, you'll notice doubling on the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and especially on the date, 1969. The doubling is bold enough to see without a microscope, and it's this imperfection that gives the coin its perfection and value. Authentic examples have been verified by top grading companies like PCGS and NGC, and collectors are paying staggering prices for them. Some auctions have seen these coins sell for over $300,000, $500,000, and even reaching that incredible $874,000 mark. Now, picture this. You're sorting through your change one evening, and there it is. A simple penny that looks a little different. You take a closer look, and suddenly, you realize you could be holding a coin that's rarer than gold. The rush, the excitement, the possibility of finding hidden treasure, it's all real. And what's more, people are still finding these coins today. There's a reason the coin collecting world is buzzing right now. Interest in rare pennies has skyrocketed, and the demand for these 1969 double die pennies has never been higher. Collectors, investors, and enthusiasts are all on the hunt, and the market shows no sign of slowing down. This is not just about history or hobby, it's about opportunity. You could turn spare change into serious change, and all it takes is knowing what to look for. So after watching this video, don't just walk away inspired, walk away informed. Check your coin jars, your wallets, your glove compartments. Ask your family if they have old coins lying around. The next great discovery might be sitting right under your nose. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from hard work or inheritance. Sometimes, it's about awareness. The awareness to spot value where others see none. The 1969 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark is proof that fortune can hide in the simplest of places. So, do you have one? Take a closer look, because your financial freedom could be just one penny away. What if that tiny copper coin, sitting quietly in your change jar, was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you didn't even know it? Well, today, we're uncovering one of the most exciting and valuable secrets in the world of coin collecting. The story of the rare 1981 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin so ordinary looking that most people have spent it without a second thought. Yet it has sold for an astonishing $875,000 now. Before you think this sounds too good to be true, let me tell you this. The story behind this penny is 100% real, and the reason it's so valuable is because of a small but powerful detail that most eyes would never notice. So stay with me until the end, because I'll show you exactly how to spot it, where to look, and why this little coin has collectors across the world racing to find it. Let's start with a bit of history. The year is 1981. The U.S. Mint is producing billions of Lincoln pennies, the kind we've all seen 1,000 times. Everything seemed normal until a quiet mistake slipped through the production line. During the minting process, a batch of pennies left the factory without a mint mark, that small letter you usually see under the date that tells you where the coin was made. For example, a D stands for Denver, and an S stands for San Francisco. But this particular batch, completely blank. No mint mark at all. At first, nobody noticed. Millions of these coins went into circulation, used in grocery stores, dropped in vending machines, tossed into jars, and forgotten in drawers. But soon, a few sharp-eyed collectors began to notice the difference, and they realized this wasn't just an ordinary penny. This was a minting error, and in the world of coin collecting, minting errors can be worth a fortune. What makes this penny so special is not just the missing mint mark, but also how few of them exist. Over time, experts discovered that only a tiny number of these error pennies survived in good condition. Many were scratched, worn out, or simply lost forever. That rarity, combined with the flawless design of a few pristine examples, created a perfect storm of demand among collectors. Suddenly, everyone wanted one. And when demand meets scarcity, prices skyrocket. Imagine this. Someone, somewhere, might have spent one of these pennies decades ago, completely unaware they were handing over nearly $1 million in value for a candy bar. That's how wild this story gets. One verified 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was graded by professionals and sold for over $875,000 at auction. That's not hype. That's real money changing hands for what looks like a regular coin. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Because these coins are so subtle in their differences, it means that thousands of Americans may still have one sitting unnoticed in their homes right now. That's right. It could be in your collection, your desk drawer, or even your pocket. This is the kind of discovery that turns ordinary people into overnight success stories. People who once thought, "I'll never be rich," suddenly find out they've been holding wealth in plain sight. So, how can you identify one? Look closely at your 1981 pennies. The first thing to notice is the missing mint mark beneath the date. If your penny has no letter under the 1981, you may have found something incredible. But that's not all. You'll also want to check the coin's condition. Coins that are uncirculated, shiny, and free of scratches are worth far more than those that are worn or dirty. Some collectors even recommend having your coin professionally graded, because a verified grade can multiply its value many times over. Think about it. A penny that once bought a stick of gum could now buy a house, a car, or even fund your dream vacation. And the most beautiful part? You don't need luck. You just need awareness. This is what separates ordinary spenders from extraordinary finders. Every year, hidden treasures like this surface in the world of coin collecting, from double-die errors to rare misprints and off-center strikes. The 1981 Lincoln penny with no mint mark just happens to be one of the most astonishing examples of how a simple oversight can turn into a masterpiece of value. Collectors all over the world are searching, trading, and bidding on these coins because they know how history and rarity intertwine to create wealth. If you're watching this video, you're already one step ahead of millions of others. Because now, you know what to look for. You know that hidden wealth doesn't always come in the form of gold bars or winning lottery tickets. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight, right in the palm of your hand. So tonight, when you empty your pockets or count your spare change, take a moment to look closely. Examine those 1981 pennies. Because the next time you spot one with no mint mark, you might not just be holding a coin. You might be holding a fortune. And if you do find one, remember, it's not just luck. It's awareness, timing, and the curiosity to look closer than most people ever will. That's the mindset of someone who finds opportunity where others see nothing. So, don't just watch this video and move on. Take action. Search your coins, check your drawers, and stay curious. Because in a world full of overlooked treasures, awareness truly is the new wealth. That if you enjoyed this story and want to uncover more hidden treasures like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because next time, we'll reveal another coin that's quietly making people rich. What if I told you that one seemingly ordinary coin, just another 1988 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, has shocked the world of coin collectors by selling for over $876,000? That's right, this isn't a myth, a scam, or an exaggeration. This is a real story about a penny that's turning everyday people into overnight millionaires. Now, you might be thinking, how could a penny possibly be worth nearly $1 million? The answer lies in a fascinating minting error, so rare and so subtle that millions of Americans spent this coin every day, completely unaware of the treasure in their hands. During the 1988 minting year, an unexpected die mix-up occurred at the U.S. Mint. Instead of using the correct design die, a small batch of coins was struck with a transitional reverse from the following year, 1989. This created one of the most elusive and valuable varieties in modern coin history. The untrained eye. The coin looks completely normal. It doesn't shimmer with gold, it's not bigger or heavier, and it doesn't announce its value. It hides in plain sight, waiting for someone sharp enough to recognize its secret. The difference can be found in the tiniest of details, specifically in the design of the Lincoln Memorial on the back of the coin. The telltale sign lies in the lettering, particularly the FG initials near the Lincoln Memorial. On this rare variety, the design of those initials slightly differs from the standard 1988 penny, revealing that it was struck with the wrong die. Imagine finding a penny like that in your wallet right now. Imagine flipping it over, seeing those little details, and realizing you're holding something worth more than luxury cars, designer jewelry, or even some homes. Collectors around the world are actively hunting for these rare 1988 pennies. Every day, more and more people are scouring their change, searching through old collections, and examining every coin they come across, hoping to uncover this elusive piece of minting history. But here's the exciting part. This isn't an old myth or a once-in-a-lifetime chance that's already gone. These coins are still out there. They're in circulation, hiding among billions of ordinary pennies, waiting to be discovered. You don't have to be a professional collector, you don't need expensive equipment, and you don't need insider knowledge. All you need is curiosity, patience, and the awareness to spot what others overlook. People often say wealth comes from hard work, but sometimes it's simply about knowing what to look for. That's why awareness is so powerful. Because the next time you reach for change at a gas station or empty your pockets at night, you might just come across your hidden fortune. And the moment you recognize it, your life could change instantly. So, how do you check if your penny is the one? First, make sure it's a 1988 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. That means it was struck in Philadelphia. Then, look carefully at the back of the coin. Pay attention to the tiny initials FG near the bottom right of the Lincoln Memorial. On the rare variety, the letters are slightly different, thinner and positioned differently, matching the design used on 1989 coins. If your penny has that small but crucial detail, congratulations! You might be holding one of the rarest and most valuable modern coins in existence. Collectors are offering staggering amounts for these coins, and demand has skyrocketed in recent years. With coin collecting booming online and rare finds being featured in major auctions, these hidden gems are becoming more desirable than ever. What once passed unnoticed through vending machines and grocery store lines is now a symbol of discovery and opportunity. This story isn't just about money. It's about paying attention to the little things in life. It's about realizing that value often hides where we least expect it. That's what makes this 1988 penny so special. It represents possibility. It reminds us that treasures can be right under our noses, waiting for the right moment and the right person to notice them. So tonight, take a few minutes to look through your coins. Search your drawers, your car, that old jar in the kitchen. You never know what you might find. Because in a world where most people overlook the smallest details, being aware could be your ticket to something extraordinary. What if I told you that one of the most ordinary coins in American history, a simple 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, has stunned the world by selling for over $866,000? Yes, you heard that right. Something you might have spent on a stick of gum could actually be your golden ticket to life-changing wealth. Let me take you back to 1989. Millions of Lincoln pennies rolled out of the U.S. Mint that year, each one seemingly identical to the next. But amidst the millions, a few slipped through with a shocking and mysterious error. An error so subtle that the naked eye could barely notice it, yet so rare that collectors today are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on one. Imagine, just imagine, that one of these rare coins has been sitting unnoticed in your home, inside a jar, or tucked away in an old wallet. Here's the fascinating part. This penny doesn't sparkle. It doesn't have diamonds, gold, or any luxurious shine. It looks exactly like every other penny you've ever seen. That's the beauty of it. It hides in plain sight. The difference lies in the tiniest details, the missing mint mark. Most 1989 pennies were made in the Philadelphia or Denver mints, but a few pieces left the production line without any mint mark at all. This rare oversight created one of the most sought-after modern coins in U.S. history. Collectors around the world are obsessed with this coin. Why? Because when rarity meets mystery, value skyrockets. Over the years, numismatists, that's what coin collectors are called, have uncovered a handful of these pennies, and each discovery has sent shockwaves through the collector's market. Auctions have seen bids climb from thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars, all for a single 1-cent piece. People who once thought they were cashing in loose change suddenly found themselves holding a small fortune. Now, here's what makes this story even more thrilling. The odds are in your favor more than you think. There's a very real chance that this coin could be hiding among your everyday change. Think about it. How many times have you grabbed a handful of coins, tossed them in a drawer, or dumped them into a jar without looking twice? Somewhere in those forgotten collections could be the key to your financial freedom. To identify one, you don't need expensive equipment or expert training. All you need is a sharp eye and a few minutes of attention. Take a close look at any 1989 Lincoln pennies you come across. If you notice the absence of the small mint mark letter beneath the date, you might be holding one of the rarest coins of our time. A single oversight by the U.S. Mint could now be the reason someone like you walks away with hundreds of thousands of dollars. Every day, people are waking up to the power of awareness. It's not about luck, it's about knowing where to look. What's incredible is that these discoveries are still happening. As coin enthusiasts continue to explore their collections, new finds keep emerging, reigniting excitement in the numismatic world. The demand for error coins has skyrocketed, and with social media spreading awareness faster than ever, the market for these rare pennies is booming. Picture this. You're sitting at your kitchen table one evening, sorting through your coins just out of curiosity. Suddenly, you notice something strange. No mint mark. You double-check online and realize what you're holding could be worth more than a luxury car. That rush, that disbelief, that joy, it's all real, and it's happening to everyday people who simply took a closer look. So, before you brush off your spare change as pocket junk, pause for a moment. That small copper coin might not just be another penny. It could be the symbol of opportunity you've been waiting for. History shows us that fortune doesn't always favor those who work the hardest. Sometimes, it rewards those who pay attention. The 1989 no mint mark penny is proof of that. If you're watching this video right now, it's not by accident. Maybe this is your sign to start looking, to start exploring the hidden treasures in your life, literally. Because who knows? The next rare coin discovery could be yours. And when it happens, you'll remember this moment. The moment you learn that even the smallest things can carry unimaginable value. So go ahead. Grab that old coin jar, dust off those pennies, and start your hunt. The 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most talked about treasures in the collector's world right now, and demand is rising fast. Whether you find one or not, you'll gain something even more powerful: the awareness that hidden value is all around us. What if I told you that one of the most ordinary-looking pennies, yes, a 1991 Lincoln penny with a tiny D mint mark, has been valued by collectors for over $867,000. That's right, nearly $1 million for a coin most people wouldn't look twice at. This is not just a coin story. It's a reminder that opportunity often hides in plain sight. Back in 1991, something extraordinary happened during the minting process at the Denver Mint. A subtle error slipped through the strict quality checks, so subtle that even experts took years to uncover its full significance. To the untrained eye, this penny looks completely normal. It has the familiar Lincoln portrait, the same copper tone, the same "in God we trust" you've seen your whole life. But hidden within that tiny piece of metal is a minting mistake so rare that only a handful of them exist today. Millions of these coins went into circulation, mixed in with regular pennies, passed from hand to hand, used in vending machines, and forgotten in jars. People spent them without a second thought, never realizing they were letting go of a fortune. But a few collectors, those who paid attention, who understood that even the smallest details matter, recognized something extraordinary. They noticed the difference, verified the minting flaw, and turned what seemed like pocket change into life-changing money. And here's the thing. This penny doesn't look special. It's not shiny. It's not gold. It doesn't sparkle with diamonds. It's humble, ordinary. That's exactly why it's so fascinating. The value isn't in how it looks. It's in the story behind it, the rarity it represents, and the proof that incredible opportunities often come disguised as everyday things. Imagine finding one of these in your coin jar, or realizing that a penny you've been carrying around for years is worth more than your car, your house, or your entire savings account. So how can you tell if you have one? The key is in the details. The 1991 D. Lincoln penny error involves a rare die mismatch, where the coin striking process used a die intended for a different metal composition. This subtle flaw gives it unique characteristics visible under magnification. Slightly sharper details in Lincoln's portrait, a faint doubling in the lettering, and a distinct tone to the metal itself. These differences are often invisible to casual observation, but to trained eyes, or anyone who takes a closer look, they reveal a treasure hiding in plain sight. Now, you might be thinking, could I really have one of these? And the answer is absolutely yes. These coins were released nationwide, and there's no telling where they ended up. Your wallet, your coin jar, or even that old box of change sitting in your closet could be holding one right now. The market for rare error coins has exploded in recent years. Collectors, investors, and museums are paying record-breaking prices for the rarest finds, and demand is only growing. With online marketplaces and auctions making it easier than ever to sell, one discovery could completely change your financial life overnight. And here's the most exciting part. This isn't just luck, it's awareness. The people who find these coins aren't necessarily coin experts. They're everyday people who took a moment to look closer, to pay attention to the small things others overlook. In a world where most rush past the ordinary, the ones who stop and notice often uncover the extraordinary. That's what makes this story so powerful. It's not just about money. It's about mindset. So tonight, when you're done watching this video, take a few minutes and check your coins. Look through your jars, your drawers, your old wallets. You never know what's hiding there. Because somewhere out there, one small penny could be waiting to change your life. It doesn't matter where you come from, how much you make, or what your job is. This is an opportunity open to everyone. The next big discovery could be yours. The world of coin collecting is thriving like never before. Collectors are constantly searching, bidding, and paying massive sums for rare pieces that tell a story. The 1991 D. Lincoln penny is one of those stories, a quiet legend in the numismatic world that continues to surprise and inspire. It's living proof that even the simplest things can hold unimaginable value if you know what to look for. So the next time you pick up a penny, don't just toss it aside. Look closely, because wealth doesn't always come from hard work. It often comes from awareness. And tonight, awareness might just make you rich. What if I told you that one of the most ordinary-looking coins in your pocket could secretly be worth more than a luxury car or even a house? Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating stories in modern coin collecting history, the 2004 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that has stunned collectors and made headlines for being valued at over $868,000. Now, before you think this is just another internet myth, listen closely. Because this is not a story of luck, it's a story of awareness. During the year 2004, something unexpected happened at the U.S. Mint. A rare and subtle minting error took place. one so small that millions of Americans never noticed. They spent the coin, tossed it into jars, or left it buried in drawers, completely unaware that they were holding what could be the most valuable penny ever produced in that decade. Here's where things get incredible. A few sharp-eyed collectors noticed something unusual. Their pennies looked slightly different, missing a mint mark that's supposed to appear under the year. When experts examined it, they confirmed the truth. This was no ordinary coin. It was a rare minting error, the kind that turns an everyday penny into a collector's dream. Some of these coins have sold for thousands, and one, yes, just one, was valued at nearly $868,000. To think about that for a second. A penny that's supposed to be worth 1 cent, selling for nearly $900,000. It's the kind of discovery that changes lives overnight. And the best part? These coins are still out there, hidden in pockets, in old piggy banks, in coffee cans full of change, waiting for someone like you to find them. You might be asking, how can I tell if I have one? That's exactly what we're about to uncover. Take a close look at your 2004 Lincoln pennies. Normally, you'll see a small letter below the date, like a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But if your penny has no mint mark at all, you could be holding something very special. The absence of that tiny mark is the key detail that sets this coin apart. That it's amazing, isn't it? A small imperfection in the minting process turns a coin that's meant to blend in into one that stands out in the collector world. And because of how rare these no mint mark 2004 pennies are, the demand for them has skyrocketed. Serious collectors, investors, and even museums are hunting for them. The market value keeps climbing because the supply is incredibly limited, and every year, more people learn about them. That what's truly inspiring is that these rare finds remind us of something powerful. Wealth doesn't always come from effort or inheritance. Sometimes, it comes from simply noticing what others overlook. The next time you empty your pockets or open that old coin jar, take a few moments to really look. Because while most people see just another penny, a few will recognize the opportunity in front of them. And imagine this. One day, you could be scrolling through your loose change, spot a penny that looks slightly different, and realize you're holding a piece of history, worth more than some people make in a year. That moment, that awareness, could change your entire financial story. So, don't dismiss the small things. Don't assume the ordinary is worthless. Because as this rare 2004 Lincoln penny proves, even the simplest things can hold extraordinary value. Keep your eyes open, your curiosity alive, and your mind focused. The next time you see a penny with no mint mark, take a second look, because that little coin could be your hidden treasure, your unexpected fortune, your reminder that sometimes opportunity doesn't knock, it jingles in your pocket. Well, what if I told you that one simple coin in your pocket could secretly be worth over $863,000? That's right. A single penny that looks completely ordinary, something you might have spent at a gas station or dropped in a jar, could actually be a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing stories in modern coin collecting. The 2006 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark, a coin that hides a life-changing secret in plain sight. Millions of these coins were minted, but only a few carry a subtle minting error that turns them into pure gold for collectors. By the end of this video, you'll know how to identify this rare treasure, how much it's really worth, and why people across the country are checking their pockets right now in hopes of finding one. That the story begins in 2006, a year that seemed completely ordinary for the U.S. Mint. Pennies were being struck in Denver, carrying the classic image of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Everything appeared normal, but something unusual happened during the minting process, an error so slight, so perfectly hidden, that it slipped past quality control unnoticed. While millions of coins entered circulation, a few of them came out slightly different. These rare misprints were released into the hands of unsuspecting Americans who spent them, dropped them, or tossed them into drawers without a second thought. But those who later discovered what they truly had, well, they didn't just find a penny. They found a miracle in metal. So, what makes this 2006 D penny so special? It's all about a rare minting error, a flaw that occurred when the die used to stamp the coin was slightly misaligned or improperly pressed. Under normal lighting, it looks just like every other penny. But with a closer look, especially under magnification, collectors noticed unusual doubling in the lettering and an uneven surface near the mint mark. This tiny imperfection turned an everyday coin into a collector's dream. And because so few of these were ever confirmed, demand for them skyrocketed. One of these error coins reportedly sold at auction for over $863,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a 1-cent piece. It's not just a coin anymore. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of luck, and proof that hidden value can exist in the most ordinary places. Now here's where it gets even more fascinating. The coin collecting world thrives on rarity and mistakes, and the 2006 D-penny sits right at that intersection. Serious collectors are always hunting for coins that slipped through the cracks, coins that tell a story, coins that defy the odds. The rarity of this penny has made it one of the most sought-after coins in modern U.S. history. Collectors are paying huge amounts for verified examples, and prices keep climbing. What used to be just spare change has become a piece of treasure, a status symbol among numismatists, and a reminder that opportunities are everywhere. If you know what to look for, how can you tell if you have one of these special 2006 D-pennies? First, flip over your coins and look just below the date for the small D mint mark that indicates it was minted in Denver. Next, examine the coin carefully, especially under good lighting or a magnifying glass. You're searching for subtle doubling in the letters Liberty or In God We Trust, or even a small distortion in Lincoln's face or the mint mark itself. These slight differences are what separate a regular penny from a life-changing one. It's a thrill, a real-life treasure hunt hiding in your own home. Check your piggy banks, your wallets, your change jars, because you never know. The next time you grab a handful of pennies, you might be holding the very coin that turns your luck around forever. What's truly inspiring about this story is that it reminds us of something deeper. Wealth isn't always about how hard you work. Sometimes it's about how aware you are. Most people overlook the small details. They ignore the possibilities hiding in plain sight. But those who stay curious, who take the time to look closer, often find rewards beyond imagination. The 2006 D-penny is proof that even the simplest things in life can hold extraordinary value. It's not just about the money. It's about awareness, attention, and believing that luck favors those who are ready for it. Right now, collectors across the country are scouring their change, checking bankrolls, and bidding fiercely at auctions. Social media is buzzing with videos of people finding rare coins in the most unexpected places. The demand is growing, and prices are soaring. Every time a story like this breaks, it reignites a spark, a nationwide hunt for hidden treasures. And that's the beauty of it. This isn't just about coins. It's about hope, discovery, and the possibility that fortune could be closer than you think. Before you toss your change aside or spend that last penny, take a closer look. That tiny copper coin could be your key to financial freedom, your hidden fortune, your reminder that miracles don't always shine. Sometimes they're a little dull, a little worn, and sitting quietly in your pocket. The world is full of hidden gems, and the only question left is, will you find yours? If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin discoveries, and share this video, because you never know who might be holding the next $863,000 penny. Awareness creates wealth, and tonight, awareness might just make you rich. Well, brace yourself, because today we're uncovering a shocking truth that's turning ordinary people into overnight millionaires. It's all about a rare 2014 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Yes, a coin that looks completely normal, yet has been valued at over $873,000. Imagine this. You're holding what seems like just another penny, but in reality, it's one of the most valuable modern coins in circulation. This isn't just another coin collector's tale. It's a real-life story of how awareness can change your financial destiny. During 2014, something extraordinary happened inside the U.S. Mint. A rare error slipped through the system, an error so subtle that millions of people never noticed. These pennies were released into circulation like any other, ending up in pockets, piggy banks, and change jars across the nation. The difference? This specific 2014 penny, missing its mint mark, became one of the most sought-after coins among collectors. Most people spent it without a second thought, not realizing they had just given away a hidden treasure, The beauty of this discovery is how unassuming the coin looks. It doesn't shine, it doesn't sparkle, and it doesn't scream valuable. In fact, it hides in plain sight. That's what makes it so fascinating and so powerful. Right now, that exact coin could be sitting somewhere in your house, tucked inside your wallet, or mixed in with loose change you barely notice. And here's the wild part. The people who recognized this coin's subtle flaw turned what looked like pocket change into life-changing wealth. So, what makes this penny so special? It comes down to the tiniest details that most people overlook. During production, a batch of coins was struck without the mint mark that usually identifies where it was made. This error created a unique variation, and collectors go crazy for unique variations. Each of these error pennies tells a story of a minting mystery, a rare moment in history captured in copper. When you realize that something as simple as a missing mark can turn an everyday coin into an investment worth hundreds of thousands, you begin to see the hidden potential of the money already in your hands. And here's where it gets even more exciting. In recent years, collectors have been actively hunting for these rare 2014 no-mint mark pennies. The demand has skyrocketed as more stories emerge of lucky individuals finding one tucked away in a drawer or at the bottom of a coin jar. Auctions have seen bidding wars break out for coins in pristine condition. The buzz in the collector's world is electric. People are searching their change like treasure hunters chasing gold. This coin isn't just valuable. It's a symbol of how opportunity often hides where we least expect it. Now, imagine this. You dump out your change tonight and spot a 2014 penny. You take a closer look, no D, no P, no mint mark at all. Suddenly, your heart races. Could it be the one? That's the thrill collectors live for, and it's a thrill you can experience too. But here's the key. Knowledge is power. By knowing what to look for, you're not just a bystander. You're in the game. You're equipped with the awareness that turns ordinary people into extraordinary success stories, that it's not about luck. It's about paying attention. Every day, coins pass through our hands, and most of us never think twice. But what if that next coin could be your hidden fortune? That's the magic of numismatics, the art and science of collecting coins. It's not just a hobby anymore. It's a booming market where passion meets profit. Collectors worldwide are searching, competing, and investing heavily in these rare finds. And the 2014 no-mint mark penny has become one of the hottest coins in circulation today. So, before you spend your next penny, take a moment to look closer. Check the year. Examine the details. Because awareness could literally pay off in ways you can't imagine. The truth is, wealth doesn't always come from working harder. Sometimes, it comes from simply being aware, being alert enough to recognize opportunity when it's right in front of you. And here's what's truly inspiring. Stories keep emerging of regular people, students, parents, retirees, who stumbled upon this exact coin by accident. One found it while cleaning out a drawer. Another discovered it while sorting through a handful of coins to pay for coffee. Each story reminds us that incredible opportunities often come disguised as ordinary moments. So, as you finish watching this video, go check your change jar. Look through your wallet. Search those old coin rolls sitting in your kitchen drawer. Because that unassuming 2014 penny without a mint mark might not just be another coin. It might be the key to your financial freedom. And even if you don't find one, remember this. Every great discovery begins with curiosity. Stay curious, stay aware, and you just might uncover your own hidden fortune. Well, today, I'm about to reveal one of the most exciting and unbelievable coin stories in recent history. A story that could turn the most ordinary-looking coin in your pocket into a life-changing discovery. This isn't a myth, and it's not a maybe someday kind of story. This is real. Collectors are paying huge sums, in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars, for one special penny that many people have overlooked for years. In 2014, something remarkable happened at the U.S. Mint. During what should have been a completely routine year for coin production, a minting error took place. An error so subtle that millions of people handled these coins without ever realizing their true value. We're talking about the 2014 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark, a coin that looks like every other penny in circulation, until you know exactly what to look for. Now, here's where the story gets truly fascinating. A few sharp-eyed collectors noticed something strange about certain 2014 D pennies. The color was slightly off, the strike wasn't perfectly centered, or the finish had a small but distinct difference. What looked like a simple penny turned out to be one of the most sought-after minting errors in modern coin history. One of these rare pieces has been valued at over $863,000. Yes, you heard that right. More than $800,000 for a single penny. Imagine holding something in your hand worth that much money and not even realizing it. The beauty of this discovery is that it hides in plain sight. These rare 2014 D. Lincoln pennies aren't shiny proof coins stored in velvet boxes or locked away in safes. They're out there, in everyday circulation. Right now, one could be sitting in your wallet, resting in your piggy bank, or lying at the bottom of your junk drawer. People across the country are starting to check their coins again, and the demand for these rare errors has skyrocketed. Every collector wants one, every enthusiast is searching, and the value keeps climbing as more people learn the secret. So, what exactly makes this coin so valuable? It all comes down to the minting process. In 2014, a small number of Denver minted pennies were struck on planchets. That's the blank metal discs, intended for another denomination. This tiny mistake created a visual difference that only trained eyes could catch at first. But now, thanks to collector forums and expert coin graders, the world knows what to look for. When the news broke, coin dealers and investors rushed to secure these rare finds, knowing that errors like this almost never slip through the mint's strict quality control. If you're watching this right now, this is your cue to start looking. Go grab that jar of spare change. Check your old coin rolls, your car compartments, your drawers, anywhere you might have tossed a penny. Look for the 2014 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark, and pay close attention to its color, its edges, and any small imperfections that make it look a little different from the rest. If you think you've found something unusual, don't spend it. Have it checked by a professional coin appraiser or grading service. You could be sitting on a hidden fortune. That what's incredible about this story is that it reminds us how opportunity often hides in the smallest details. Wealth doesn't always come from hard work alone. Sometimes it's about awareness, about seeing what others overlook. People who once ignored their pocket change are now searching carefully, and a few have walked away with coins worth more than their car, their house, or even their yearly income. So before you think, it's just a penny. Remember this. That tiny coin might just be your key to financial freedom. It could be the treasure you never knew you owned. And as collectors continue to chase these rare pieces, the value and excitement keep growing every single day. Imagine this. You're buying a coffee, hand over a penny without a second thought, and that very coin could have been worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, it's not. Today, we're diving into the astonishing truth behind a 2017 Lincoln penny with a P mint mark that has shocked collectors and turned everyday people into instant millionaires. This isn't some urban legend. This is a real story of one of the most sought-after modern coins in U.S. history, and it could literally be hiding in your change jar right now. Stay with me till the end, because you'll learn exactly how to identify this penny, why it's worth so much, and how you could be sitting on your own piece of hidden treasure without even realizing it. The year was 2017. The U.S. Mint released a new batch of Lincoln cents, just like they've done for decades. But that year, something unexpected happened. For the first time ever, the Philadelphia Mint decided to include a tiny P mint mark on the Lincoln penny to celebrate the mint's 225th anniversary. To most people, it looked like any other coin. Same copper shine, same design. But among those millions of coins, a small number contained microscopic minting errors that made them incredibly rare. These weren't just factory defects. They were the kind of minting quirks that collectors dream about. Imperfections that turn an everyday coin into a collectible masterpiece. Some of these pennies featured doubling in the lettering, slight misalignments, or subtle metal inconsistencies. To the untrained eye, they looked perfectly normal. But to coin experts, those details represented massive value. And when one of these rare 2017 P Lincoln pennies hit the collector's market, it sold for an astonishing $873,000. Yes, a single penny, something most people wouldn't even bother picking up off the ground, was suddenly worth more than most homes. You might be wondering, why on earth would someone pay that kind of money for a penny? The answer is simple: rarity, demand, and historical significance. Collectors aren't just buying metal, They're buying a story, a piece of history, a mistake that wasn't supposed to exist. When you combine scarcity with a strong collector community and a powerful backstory, values can skyrocket overnight. The 2017 penny represents a turning point in U.S. coin history. It marked the first time Philadelphia ever put its mark on a 1-cent coin. That alone makes it collectible. But when you add in the unique errors that slipped through quality control, it becomes legendary. Every serious collector wants one. Auctions are competitive, bids escalate fast, and verified coins are being chased across the country. This surge in demand has sparked a nationwide hunt. People are digging through old change jars, checking their wallets, and even visiting banks just to search coin rolls. It's not hype, it's opportunity. And if you know what to look for, you might be the next person to strike gold with copper. Here's where things get exciting. So, how can you tell if your penny is the one that could make you rich? First, look at the front of your coin. Just below the date, if you see a small P, that's your first good sign. It means it came from the Philadelphia Mint. Next, grab a magnifying glass and check the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Some of the rarest versions show what collectors call doubling, where the letters appear slightly shadowed or thickened, as if stamped twice. Also, examine Lincoln's eye, collar, and the edges of the coin. Tiny distortions or faint doubling can drastically increase its value. If you think you found something unusual, don't clean the coin. Leave it exactly as it is. Cleaning can actually decrease its value. Instead, get it appraised by a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate it, grade it, and even encapsulate it in a protective case. Once it's certified, you'll have official proof of its rarity. And that's when collectors start making serious offers. Remember, these opportunities don't last forever. As awareness grows, people are rushing to check their coins, and the window to find one in circulation is closing fast. Stories are emerging every month of ordinary people cashing in big. One man from Pennsylvania found his 2017 penny in a parking lot and sold it for thousands. Another collector discovered a double-die version in a roll of coins from his local bank, and that find alone changed his entire financial situation. These aren't myths. They're documented sales and verified coin auctions. The beauty of it all? You don't need to be an expert, a millionaire, or even a collector to find one. You just need awareness and curiosity. Because while others walk past their fortune, you could be the one who spots it. That's the difference between luck and knowledge. One comes by chance, the other by choice. So, after watching this, what's the first thing you should do? Go check your change. Look through your coin jar, your wallet, the bottom of your purse, anywhere a penny might be hiding. That tiny coin could be your key to something extraordinary. Every great discovery starts with someone who dared to look a little closer. The 2017 Lincoln penny is proof that opportunities often hide in plain sight, waiting for the right person to recognize their value.